Welcome back to Easy Fishing Adventures. I'm on the boat tonight and I thought I'd spend some time show you some rigs that I make. So the first I'm going to show you is my mackerel feathers. The items you're going to need are here. So what I have is I use 0.5mm 42 pound mono, a nice long length of it. So I'll probably take about, so look, 3, 6, about 9 foot. And I was going to snip it off. On the one end, I'll have a single swivel. Now, I always put my swivels on the same way, which is basically a uni knot. 1, 2, 3. Make the line. Only because it's just easy on the tie. It's a good knot. Doesn't slip, doesn't give, doesn't break, and I find it's pretty much a good knot. Now, on the line itself here, you kind of want to go from the first swivel about 6-7 inches down, and you put a little loop knot in. These are pretty easy and straightforward to do. So you can create a little loop. You can see it here. Little loop. Then you get the loop in the middle. You then spin it around your fingers 2, 3, 4 times through the gap in the twist. Put the knot. Put it down tight. Get your first loop, just like that. Then do the same thing again. About the same distance again. Put another loop in. Where the line crosses over, that's where you put your thumb in and just twist it once, twice, 3, 4 times. You can go more, you can go less, it depends on how you feel. And the second one, now as you can see from the first one, the second one is a much bigger loop. There's a reason for that, I'll show you why in a minute. So again, same thing again. You keep going down the line, get your loop. 1, 2, 3, 4. But not. So we've got different ones here. Same again. And you just keep repeating the process. I'll show you when I've done the rest. So I've now done the whole set. So there's the first one, second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one, and the sixth one. So as you can see, I've got them quite well spaced out. And in the end, we put the quick clip link, this one, on the end. And again, Old Faithful uni knot, just because I like to make sure it's nice and secure. A bit fiddly this one because right at the end, it's all very small tag end. Let me just do that off. So we have the rig body. Let's put it to one side. When it comes to making hooks, making the feathers, I like the Euromatch number 4s from Cox and Roll, which are these ones here. Let me just show that. As you can see, nice little small delicate hook. I keep a pair of these bent forceps just to help get hold of that hook and hold onto that hook for myself when I'm tying the feather, when I'm putting the feathers on. So there you go. So just hold it like that. Right, so before I start tying the feathers, what I tend to do is take a little piece of braid, not very big, small piece of braid, and I just snip it off. Now what I do on the braid is I just need a little bit of a knot up by the eyelet, just so when it comes to whipping this on and holding everything together while I glue it, I can just use that to get the job done. So this bit is a straightforward granny knot. Nothing too complicated. Sure, I have a glass for this because I can barely see the hook. My eyesight is bad. Right, so that's my little knot on there. So what I do, first things I like to do is to make the feathers, take a piece of ribbon. They're only too big. Some people go too big and some people go really small. So I like to just keep it enough so it just covers the hook to where the hook bends. So now we've got effectively the feathers. Bit old Kit Kat wrapper, any sort of foil wrapper you can get will do the job. So shiny side, cut a little square, just like that. Bit too big. So again, put that on top. So you can see what you've now got is you've now got that effect happening. So right now, if I put it back at the camera, that's how it looks now. So basically like tying a fly for fly fishing, really. Now what I then to do at this point is to take a little bit of red digital tape and I'll just very small strip and just put that around the hook. Now just tie this up a bit. So there we have it. There's the hook. Oops, get that through. So there's the hook. There's a bit of string, a bit of ribbon, and there's the glitter from the foil. And it does quite a good job. So it's going to put a bit of sugar on the top to hold it all together. Doesn't need much, just enough to basically bite it all together. One little drop should do it. So again, as you can see, very simple. Glitter, bit of red, gets them really going. And this will work for mackerel, pouting, whiting will go for this as well. You'll get some gunners will go for this as well. So you get quite a mixture of fish will go for these type of feathers. And again, the hooks are small enough to actually you'll take the bait. So I'm gonna make the other 8 of these up, or some of these up, and I'll get these finished. Back in a moment. the ribbons here and the foils here. Now, before I finish this one off, so I've now made all the feathers. Let's put them on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe I want to stick it on. 6. Those are 6 feathers. As you see, they're going to turn out exactly the same. I'm not a professional rig maker or feather maker. This is how I do them, and this is how they turn out. And each one's individually, each one's different. So I'm going to put the rig together now. Right, so putting the rig together kind of is the easy part. Avoid tangling it up and get it all tangled and knotted up together, which would be great. Right, so starting at the very first one, what I do when I'm doing it is I've got a little handrail here, so I just go over the handrail, open up the weight clip, and just hook that onto there. Makes it easy for me to not lose them all and get all tangled up. So, take the first feather. As you can see, the eye is quite proud. So we take the loop, and all we're going to do, the way I do it, is to ensure that, bear in mind, this is the top end. That's what I mean. I want the hooks to stick out on the rig like that. So, pinch it. So you can't see what you're doing. So forget the glasses. Just every time I'm doing this, I always forget to bring my glasses down with me. Thread the loop through, pull the hook through the loop, and the other side, and just being careful to catch the feathers and rip and pieces, which I seem to do all the time. Cinch it down. That one broke. It's always one. So now we have a homemade set of feathers these work absolutely perfectly fine. I've caught fish on these before, and I will show these in the next video when we're going out for mackerel fishing. I'll show me using these and catching some fish. Thanks for watching.